Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be episode 9 already of Sandy Bay 19 in season, so if this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, so as you remember, this is going to be day 2, or part 2 of our harvest. Actually, it's the same day, so I shouldn't say day 2. It's going to be part 2 of our harvest here in Sandy Bay 19. I'll probably cut out a little more than I did previously on the previous episode, just because I want to try to get the harvest done in this episode. So that is the goal. Hopefully this episode's not too long. Again, I don't think it matters if it goes a little long, so I'm not too worried about it. But as you remember, we got that field over there cut with canola, so now we're working on cutting this guy. This one's very odd shaped, so we are going to work on doing the edges, and then I will probably try to hire a worker to do it. So I'm probably going to do another row around. Then after I get another row around this guy, then I will hire a worker to be able to get it going. So yeah, hope everyone's doing well amidst everything going on. I know I'm starting to get more and more, or slowly more and more adjusted to 12-hour shifts, which work for me has switched to. And also too, I always forget to mention this, if you're new to the channel, it's called Farmer Cop because I am a full-time police officer in the United States. I work in the state of Washington. If you guys have any law enforcement questions, please ask them. I am happy to go over them. Someone asked, I can't remember who it is, they asked a very good law enforcement question. They asked how did, in the state of Washington, because they knew where I worked, they asked how the legalization of marijuana changed how police work was. That's a very good question. I think I typed out a very long answer to that. I won't get into it on here. But yeah, like questions like that, absolutely. I love to answer those. Just because, yeah, that was a big deal for police officers in Washington, so it was something that we had to adapt to. Specifically with that, actually, I might as well talk a little bit about it since I'm already on the subject, but specifically with that, one of the big things that I think was not really a lot of course, it just, I hate that when it runs, that just, I guess it makes sense. If it's full, it can't take any more, but I needed to just be paying attention. But anyhow, let me go get the trailer to get this guy emptied. Oh boy. I am going to tab over. I try not to tab as much as possible. We were mowing. As you can see, we're in the middle of mowing. And actually, what I need to do, I need to go dump this guy out because I wanted to see what we're going to get specifically off of each yield, or the yield we're going to get off of each field. So I'll tell what I was about to say about legalization in Washington and what have you. Anyhow, as I drive this over to the farm. Anyhow, what I was going to say, so one of the things that I think is something that people didn't realize was going to happen is an issue with like canine units. And you might be thinking, well, what does that have to do with canine units? Well, canine units, there are essentially two types of dogs, two types of canine units. And then I guess there's three, technically speaking, but two of them are the more common. So the third one that's less common is bomb dogs. There are bomb dogs, but it's less common because only, big cities will need them and stuff like that. Where I work, that's not what we have. We actually have in our county, we have one canine unit, and it's a drug dog, which is one of the common ones. And then the other common type is a bite dog, which is for like tracking suspects and stuff like that. So they're called bite dogs. And then the drug dogs are there to detect drugs. So prior to the legalization of marijuana, drug dogs were trained to detect marijuana as well. So they get training to detect all the different drugs. Wow, we're running out of horsepower heading up this hill with this load. But anyway, sorry, got sidetracked there. So once marijuana was legalized, all the drug dogs essentially had to either be retrained, which is extremely difficult and very costly, or had to be retired. And the reason for that is the drug dogs don't tell you what drug they detect. They just tell you that they detect a drug that they've been trained to detect. So they can't tell the difference between like cocaine or methamphetamine or marijuana. To them, it's all the same. They're going to detect the same way. So that is an interesting thing that, actually we need to go that way. That is an interesting thing that I don't think people or legislators maybe realized was going to happen. So essentially there was this huge lull in drug enforcement because there was a lot of drug dogs that had to get retired or retrained. And a lot of times departments would retire the dogs. I need to go that way again. Would retire the dogs because it was cheaper to get a new dog than it was to retrain the old one. In a lot of cases. And especially if the dog was older, already halfway or more through their career as a dog, being a canine unit. So that was kind of a sad part that really affected law enforcement quite a bit in this state. So that's one that a lot of people don't really think about as much as being an issue or something that occurred. And the reason that you can't let them, because since marijuana is legal now, the reason that that's an issue legally is if the drug dog can't tell you what drug it is, which you can't expect the dog to do that. That's not something you can train. Then essentially you have them detecting some drug that they're telling you, hey, this is an arrestable drug. So it gives you a probable cause. But now that they can't tell you if it's marijuana or, another illicit drug that's still illicit, they essentially doesn't give you probable cause anymore to get a search warrant for a vehicle or for a house or anything like that, So it definitely makes it more difficult. So that was definitely something that was a very big change. But if you guys have any cop questions for me, if you have any ones that are specifically about laws, I may not be able to answer unless they're Washington. If you have questions about laws in the state of Washington, which Washington state actually has some of the more complex laws, I believe, in the country, is what I would say probably. Also, I believe that the constitutional rights of citizens in Washington are a little bit greater, which can make my job as a police officer a little bit more difficult, but also as a citizen in Washington, it protects me more. So it's kind of a double-edged sword of it has some good sides and some bad sides. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, just let me know. I'm happy to answer it. I love talking about my job. I love what I do. I'm honored that I'm able to go to work and do that and serve my community in that way. It's fantastic. I'm glad I'm able to earn a living for it. In addition to that, too, I don't think that I'm better than anyone because I'm a police officer. A lot of people say, oh, wow, you're a police officer. You have such a cool job and, this, that, and the other thing. And I just kind of respond, to me, it just seems like, your job at a fast food restaurant is no real different than what I'm doing. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit different, right? The work is different, right? Just like when I worked at a tire shop before I was a cop, the work was different. But for me, I just look at it as I'm going to work, I'm earning the paycheck. Yeah, my job's a little bit different than a typical job, but that it is what it is. I go there to earn a paycheck just like you go anywhere else to earn a paycheck at your job or wherever you get employed. So, yeah, it's just that's just kind of how I look at it. Anyhow, we'll get this combine rolling here. So what I'm going to do, since I'm already eating away, talking away the episode, and we haven't obviously done a whole lot yet, I'm going to go ahead and get this guy another lap around this field, and then I'm going to start him harvesting here, and then I'm going to go back and work on mowing. So after we get maybe a field done or so, and we're moving on to the next one, that's probably when I'll bring you guys back in. So I will see you in a bit. All right, so harvester's still working on that same field, but I finished mowing this field, but as you can see, something strange here happened. There was a little bit of silage in this trailer, and I was getting ready to go pick up more, so I dumped it out here. When I dumped it out, it just turned this into silage, I guess. Very strange. So I really don't know what to say about that or what to do about that. But yeah. So over here, the harvester is still working his way. He's going across that way, up and down. He filled up again, so lots out there. Is there any? Oh, there are some harvesting. Oh, that's potatoes. I don't want that. Ooh, boy. Fertilizing. Oh, man. There's got to be a good contract in here. So they're just harvesting potatoes? 15 and 13? Wouldn't mind doing it. It's a lot of money for a little contract. 13 and 15. 13 looks terrible. Oh, those aren't worth the money. I can tell you that's a lot of potatoes. That's not going to be worth our time. But anyhow. Oh, I love it. McDonald's. I'm assuming they're referring to the specific fast food restaurant chain that is on this map. Oh, that's funny. Anyhow, I'm going to get to collecting the grass out of here. Since I said in the last episode, we're going to mow one field, then collect it, then mow the next field, and then collect it. So that way we don't have grass sitting overnight. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that little weird thing that happened. But anyhow, I'll get back to it. All right, we got already almost 40,000 liters off of this. Doesn't have much left. He's only missed that little section there. There was a couple of dead sections, but I should think only 2, so not too bad. But yeah, 39,200 liters of canola so far, so that is absolutely amazing. Oh man, that is amazing. That is going to help us out a ton. I will get this put into storage, and that will go along with it. I'm going to write this down just so I can keep track of how much we're getting off each field, like I said I was going to do. And collecting grass with the case tractor, since I've been collecting grass with the trailer that actually I think it's only set up for 8,000 liters. I should get that trailer set up for 12,000 liters. It's been taking forever. It just fills, not like forever to fill the trailer, but it takes 10 seconds to fill the trailer. Then I got to go unload it, and then it takes another 10 seconds to fill the trailer, and I'm barely, I might make it a quarter of the way around that field picking grass. Oh goodness, we are not going fast up this hill, but I might make it only like a quarter of the way around the field picking up grass before that little trailer's full. Oh man, it's working. Well, anyhow, I just wanted to give you guys an update, and that's where we're at right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I finished this field. There was it's kind of funny. There was like a couple little patches that the harvester missed, like just single plants, and I went around and hit like 4 of them, which was all of them. I think that was 4 of them, and it didn't add anything to the tank. That was hilarious. Oh, but anyhow, all right. So where we're sitting off of that field, we got 42,402 liters of canola, which is fantastic. Oh, phone fell off the table here. There we go. Problem solved. All right. Anyhow, so we're going to move on and start harvesting the rye off of this field. I'll probably end up doing the bottom half. I mean, we got definitely some more obstacles to deal with here. Oh, we're going to get a lot off of this. Let's try to enable a straw swap. That's something that we can do here. Yeah. There we go. That should hopefully do it. Gonna leave a straw swath. It is. I don't know if we're gonna pick it up or not, but we can always just plow over it or do whatever we have to do. So we're gonna go ahead and set it down just because I may want to do something with it. Holy cow, we're at 10% in this combine already. Oh boy, this is gonna be one heck of a harvest. Oh. I missed that stuff. Yeah, a worker down here would not be good. I can turn that help screen off now. There we go. But yeah, so I'll work on this. If we go over into our map here. So yep, this is harvested. That's a little dead patch there. Excuse me. Our trailer's up here. I'll empty the canola. I'll probably drive. Yeah, I'll drive over here and then head up this way. But yeah, then we have canola here, and then I think we have rye in these 2 fields up here. This one's not ready, so we'll have to wait until tomorrow anyways to harvest that one. But if we can get today, if we can even just get, if these 3 fields are done by the end of today, not necessarily this episode, but done by the end of the in-game day, I would call that a pretty good success. We can definitely knock those out tomorrow. Those are the smaller of the fields, so that'll be easy to do tomorrow. This has been mowed, and it's mostly collected, probably just like this little section in here left to be collected. I'm going to take the trailer up and, as I said, put it in that 12,000 liter configuration, so it's not 8,000 liters, so do it a little faster. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update as to what I was working on. All right, so quick update. This field is done with grass, and I'm going to go ahead and just flatten it out before I put more grass in there, just to make it a little bit easier, I think. But if we go into the map here, this is all we got done on this field so far. We need to finish at least this today. And we still have to mow all this. So we have a lot of work to do. The problem being, no new contracts I want, right? Make sure, sorry. Side note. Oof, I really can't do any fertilizing contracts right now. We just got too much going on. But we're going to get a lot of rye off that field, by the way. We almost have the first tipper full, and it holds almost 40,000 liters of tipper. But if we go into the seasons menu, the thing I'm worried about is this guy right here. So today we're fine. I don't know why that's drying potential there. But so the first half of the day and then into the next day, it's going to be raining. So most of tomorrow is going to be rain, so we can be able to do any harvesting tomorrow, which is going to be terrible. We need to get as much done as possible. I mean, we still have, I mean, if you really think about it, we're still going to be okay. Whoops, not there. Because we're only in the first day of early autumn, so if we can't do anything there, maybe we can't do anything on the 3rd, but if we do everything else on the 4th day, I think we'll honestly be able to harvest everything else on another day. So you only need another good day for harvest. Problem is we just have to, if it rains tomorrow, make sure everything gets dried out. So yeah, that's kind of what we're competing with. So there might be a 3rd episode. I won't call it Harvest Part 3, but there might be a 3rd episode of harvesting. Oh man, guys, it's just, I thought we'd be doing better than this. But tomorrow we'll try to mow, because it doesn't matter if the grass is wet or not. So I can't remember in seasons if you can mow in the rain or not. Well, we'll try it, but if that's what we do tomorrow, that's fine. We can if we get this stuff done here, that'll be great. It'll be one less thing we have to worry about. And if we can plant, if the soil's okay with it, if we can plant, I'd be okay starting putting down cover crop and stuff like that. Because I think we're going to do it just around a cover crop. How's the fertilizer state? It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be 0. So yeah, well, if we are able to put down around a cover crop, that'll get us to 1 stage just right off the bat in all of our fields, which would be fantastic. Cultivate in the round of cover crop, and then if we get that going, Then when the seeder plants the actual crop, that'll be second layer of fertilizer that they'll have to put one more on, which would be fantastic, and then herbicide. So I think that'll be kind of ideal for us. So we'll try that. We'll see how that goes. If I like doing the cover crop, it'll be fine. But if not, and I know he's missing little sections, I'll go fix it all up the end. I'm going to have to do that anyways myself. But if we go into here, we're sitting pretty high and mighty with our canola right now. Yeah, so we're doing okay. And the big test in a second here is going to be if I can put rye in our regular silo. So we're going to have to test that out. And actually, let's go look at crop pricing a little bit. So we have canola. So we're going to wait until the end here. We're going to wait until in this range because that's when we're going to get the most for canola. We're looking at, if we get around, if we get almost $1,300 per 1,000 liters, that'll be a wonderful price. But potatoes can get kind of pricey in this. Sugar beets, they can get also $267 for sugar beets would be really good. But I don't think you can grow sugar cane in this map. Anyways, but anyhow, how's eggs doing? Yeah, they're kind of back and forth. So that was the thing we need to check here. The slurry doesn't, there's no place to, I guess you could sell that manure at the, sorry, I'm just kind of going off a little bit here. Straw pellets, where's straw bales? Because I think we're going to bale that. I was thinking about that, and I'll tell you a little bit of a plan I have with that. Let's go down to, where's our Cornish crosses? Well, hopefully it goes back up. I mean, this is pretty flat, so we kind of need a year, but because we're gonna have to sell them before then, anyways. Just because, yeah, we just have to. They're gonna die. We let them die the first time, so we don't want that to happen the second time. Oh man, but where's rye at here? Rye is just always great price. That's just what it is, I guess. I guess they always need a lot of it for that price right there. So I'm not gonna worry too much about that. The fields that we had canola in, we're probably going to do maybe alfalfa or wheat. And then the ones we had rye in, I don't know. I was thinking about doing, we can't do cotton on this map anyways. I don't know what I'm thinking here. Could do canola. Do another round of canola. What are soybeans? Let's take a look at those real quick. Soybeans are, okay. Yeah, that's not going to be great. An oilseed would be perfect. Or sunflowers looks like it'd be... Well, that's a... Oh, that's because I had the fallow before that. Okay. Well, they grew cotton on it before. Why can't I grow cotton? Strange. It's not on there, but there technically was a field when we bought it for cotton. And then winter comes, we're obviously going to hunker down. And I actually installed the mod, the placeable mod. Is it... Yeah, hear this guy. Turn snow into purified water. All surprise a water refill station. So 52.5, so we gotta make sure we can afford that. It's not too big. I'm just taking a look at where we would place it. I mean, we might end up, I don't know, putting it up the top here. I mean, we're not using, I don't know, I kind of like this being like a little grass field, but I suppose we could use that. And that'd be kind of that's a long kind of a roundabout way to get over there. But I guess we're only using it during the winter, so we don't want it kind of somewhere super prominent. We might end up buying more grass fields and getting a bigger mower. We'll see. But it's kind of cool. Oh, he's full. I'll have to deal with that in a second. It's kind of cool to see the overview here, but I always forget this little things here. Someone else's house, I guess, but anyhow, yeah, I just don't know. I don't want it down here. I want that to stay open. I don't really want it. I mean, I guess I could maybe try to work it in there, but I don't really want it there either. And this is just too crowded up here to do it. We could do it. We actually could do it. That's actually not a bad idea. We might think about putting it there. This area is not fun to mow anyway, so we could put it maybe up in this corner. But we might actually, not gonna lie, we might actually put it here because we can just run in the gate. And we're not gonna do sheep, I don't think, on this map. We're probably just gonna do chickens. If we do any other animal on this map, it's probably gonna be cows. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's probably gonna be cows. I think this is the sheep. Is that the sheep pasture, or is that? I'm pretty sure that's the sheep pasture going to the map. Yeah, it's one of them. There's two. But I was like, because I knew this one was. I was like, is there two? But yeah, there is. Okay. Yeah, if we do any animal, we'll probably end up doing cows on this, which I don't know if I will or not. But no man's land, we're going to do sheep, I think. I wouldn't say soon, but we're going to do sheep at some point. And we're also going to do probably cows on that one as well. But I don't mind having cows running on both. Cows on seasons is a whole nother ball game anyways, and no man's land's not on seasons. But I better go get him emptied because that's kind of a priority number one, especially if they're getting late. So let's jump over to that guy. Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're only 66% on this trailer, but still, plus the other 8,600 liters in there, we're going to be pretty close to a full trailer. Oh, man. Lots of good stuff going on here. Lots of straw. We're going to get a ton of straw for this. So we may end up... When I was thinking about the straw, this might as well show you what we're got this going, is I was thinking about maybe we lease a baler instead of buy one, and then maybe later we can buy one. Is that a square baler? That's a square baler. Leasing for 5. Yeah, we'll probably need it for a couple hours, so it's probably around 11,000. We'll probably need it for about 4 hours or so. That's the silage wrapper, so he's not going to take, well, it says he takes straw. I guess he can still bale straw, but he's not going to wrap straw into silage, so. And then we need to lease this guy to pick them all up, but we can worry about that a little bit later. I don't have any, how much is this a, what is this? Oh, it's a silage bale wrapper. And this is that's a big baler. That's going to cost us more. So yeah, we'll probably end up leasing, if we go that route, we'll lease this guy, which will cost a little bit. But if we can make if we make more than 20,000 on bales, technically speaking, we made money back, or we made a little bit of money, which I think we'll make more than 20 grand on bales. I'm sure the leasing is gonna, I'm sure we'll make money on it, so I'm not too worried about that. I definitely want to use a square baler because I don't want to be unloading it, which I know, yeah, if I go, I guess I could use a round baler. We'd be, we don't really need that. We'd be cheaper, but it'd take a little bit longer. So, but still maybe an extra hour. That's not too bad. I might do that, just round bales this time, and then we could lease the. Where's the round bale collector? Is there one standard? Maybe not. Maybe there isn't one standard in game. I thought there was, but I could be wrong. And yeah, oh, these are both round bale collectors. 24. Why is this one more? 24 bales, yeah. This guy, 24 bales. I guess I had whatever that tracking in there was, but I don't really need that. So we could, I guess, lease that, which would be fine. That's actually cheaper than the square baler there would be, or the square picker upper. Is this a, that's an auto collect for the square bales. But anyhow, yeah, so we might do round bales. Might just be easier, but just want to give you guys an update and show you that we are a little behind the schedule, but we will make it okay. All right, so we have our first load of rye, and he's still just chugging away at that, but we will see if it goes into our silo or not. Always, we'll just have to go sell it. Well, I guess, the price is always pretty good, but I'd like to see just kind of total how much we get. And I also want to know if we can put it in the silo anyways, so we'll see. Also, I decided, so I put chaff in there. I was cleaning up the edges that came out. I decided I'm just going to cover it just because I don't know if I'm going to be able to, mow tomorrow or not, or whatever the case may be. So we have 3 bunker silos. We could do 1 per field if we really want to, but honestly, that one will probably be done before you know it. We won't have to worry too much anyways. But yeah, so I decided I'm just going to cover it once I get it done, so I can ferment overnight and start going. I know it'll take it a couple days, but it'll probably honestly be a couple days before we can mow the 3rd field anyways. So that's what I'll do. And we have that bunker silo again if we need to use it. So we have more options. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think, is it going to go in? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, rye is not accepted here. Well, that is for sure now that it's not going in here. So we are just going to have to sell it. I'll keep writing down what we're getting off it, but let's see where the best sell point is for rye. 645, 46, Sandy Bay stores dock, and Green Tech stores. Sandy Bay stores dock and Green Tech stores. Sandy Bay stores dock, so that's going to be one of those guys over there. Green Tech stores is up over here. Of course, they're across the map. Which one's going to be easier to get to from our farm? Probably that top one. Yeah, it's a long way. Don't get me wrong, but we can do it. I am probably going to park this though, and I'm probably going to use the case to pull it just because it's so heavy. This trailer is just so heavy, so I'll park that there. Yeah, I'll get that going then, guys. Oop, hit the post. But yeah, that's kind of what we're sitting at. So And this episode is coming close to an end. We'll probably end it here soon. Maybe we'll probably get in tomorrow a little bit. Get into the tomorrow in game a little bit before we wrap her up. But we'll see what happens. So I will keep working on that, and I may not bring you back in until maybe tomorrow morning in the game. But we'll see. Here we are at Green Tech Stores. I know I said I wouldn't bring you back in until the morning, but I figured you'd probably want to be here to see how much we get from this. Which, what is the price here now? Hopefully it didn't change a whole lot. Green Tech Store, $6.45. Oh, could have gotten $1 more. That's okay. I don't really care too much about that extra $1. So let's see what we get here. Perfect. I'll say, oh, there it goes. Right, back up a little bit more. Make sure we're getting her all in there. All right, money's going up. Nice, $25,322. I might as well write that down too, just to see how much we get total cash-wise. But and I know the combine's just sitting there waiting. I unhired the worker while he was sitting there because in seasons, if you remember, you're paying them overtime. What? No, I need to take that way. In seasons, you're paying them overtime if you have them working past 6 p.m. or if you have them working before 6 a.m. Just took off part of that bush there. Whoops. But yeah, so I hired him just so we don't have him sitting up there costing us cash while I'm out transporting the crops. But I'm glad I took the case with me because getting up these hills, I was going like 16 miles per hour in the case. Probably would have gone 5 or 6 in the John Deere. So, oh man. Well, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. We definitely are not going to get as far in this episode as I was expecting. Definitely not what I was going to expect there. So, sorry about that. If you were expecting us to get the harvest done, that will not happen this episode. Oh, unless I just didn't bring you guys back in until it was all done. But I think it would just, I don't know. There's just no point to that. I don't think it matters if it's an extra episode for the harvest. I think you guys will be just fine. I think you guys don't care too much. I think you guys are just enjoying the process. Or at least hopefully you are. I don't say this enough, but if you have not already, go to my Facebook page and hit like on there. Like that page. You can follow me on Facebook, Farmer Cop. And that will, I also post every time I post on Facebook every time I release videos. So, oh, there's my cat. He wants out of the office. I will let him out in just a second. Oh, man. I guess Mr. Sealy P has farm dogs, so I will have farm cat. I guess I could use. Hopefully he's okay with that. But anyhow, that's an update. I'm going to go ahead and get this guy back to the field so I can... I was like, what's that yellow dot over on the map by field 3? But that's our header trailer. But yeah, I'm going to get this guy back to the field so we can keep chugging along with our harvest. Well, folks, it is very late, so... yeah. Oh, we still have a fair amount of this field left to go. Oh, man. I mean, not too much. We'll get her done tonight, so... Oh, boy. And actually, too, as I will mention, Kyle A. Sent me a Facebook message that said, hey, a couple things for Sandy Bay. And he was like, right, I just got it. I read it while this guy was harvesting. I happened to notice it. I think he sent it a while ago, but I just happened to notice it now. I just didn't have Facebook up. And I don't usually use Facebook on my phone. But anyhow, so I checked Facebook and I saw that. And a couple things he mentioned, which is fantastic, is apparently there's a way to switch over your old save to your new, how do I put this? Change your old save to a new save on a new game when the map is updated, when Auction David releases the update for this map. So I'm very excited about that. I'll still make sure I write down everything and know everything about this, write down all of our equipment, hours, everything like that. That way, in case it doesn't work, I can still go with plan B, which is to just use the this guy right here, the easy development commands to set everything, how it needs to be and put everything wherever, and do. He's blocked by an object. Well, might as well give me what you got, buddy. But yeah, so I'll I'll do that if I have to. Another thing he mentioned is that there is, which is funny, right, of course, in this episode, I should have read it before I started recording, but they said there's a way to go into the mod folder and just modify the silo so it also holds rye, which I don't think that's cheating. I think that silo holds grains, which rye is also going to be kind of in that category. So I think it'd be fine if it hold the rye. So for this episode, I might sell this trailer anyways, because I don't know. We'll see. Rye's kind of always the same price. It's not like we're getting gypped on the price anyway, so it doesn't matter a whole lot. But that'd be awesome if we could store it. So I might look into doing that for the next episode, maybe getting that set up and kind of editing that. So we'll kind of see. But well, this episode is getting long, and it is getting very late in game, so I am probably going to call it an episode here. So if you like the video, please hit that like button down below. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button. I would really love to have you subscribe to the channel just so you don't miss any future videos I may post. Again, I post videos every day. I post gameplay episodes every day. So, but that's about it, guys. And if there's anything you want to see, please comment below. Anything I should change or do differently, please comment below. All right. Again, this has been Farmer Cup, guys. Thank you, and thank you for watching.